World of Tanks League contract is small potatoes, doesn't know exactly how passionate Wargaming are about their game, to use that key sports phrase. That means they will fucking throw money at it till it works. And that's what they've been doing. And I think it's kind of come as a little bit of a surprise to GOM. I don't think they'd planned for that contingency in much the same way NASL hadn't. And the wheels are potentially coming off. I've also been told that several employees have elected to leave. And this is a breaking thing. I don't think there's been any official announcements. I've got no idea who they are because my sources didn't want to necessarily reveal that. So, yeah, I don't want to say panic stations. And I got no reason to think...
You're comparing it to NASL and not panic stations?
We're going to be a fucking auction
Yeah,
tomorrow.
there's going to be an auction
Stuff,
tomorrow.
you
We're
know
going to be
what I mean?
buying cameras and shit.
On a scale from 1 to dead game, Richard, where are we at right now?
What, are we talking about
God.
StarCraft? Dead as fuck, dude. No, I mean, come on, man. There's no... I don't know. I said this to a million people. I think all of these like businesses, like part of the established old guard going under, is actually potentially a really good thing for StarCraft. Seriously, I think we're evolving, to use a Pokemon phrase. I think, you know, we're trying, evolving. Like, right, natural selection is occurring before our eyes, people. You know, I think that's a good thing.
Natural selection when there's only one guy left standing. Is that what we're trying to get to here?
ESL,
ESL, yeah, ESL is just going to be global.
Everyone's heads off.
But what a guy! You know,
What a guy! What a guy!
That's all I'm saying. If you survive, you outlast everything. What a guy! No, look, I mean, think about it logically, okay? It won't ever always be one guy, and people will learn from the mistakes because the mistakes will come tumbling out of the closet. All of the things that people gone and fucked up in esports, it's all going to come out of the closet. And I think that's going to be hugely important to the progression and development of esports as a whole. That's absolutely going to happen. And people are going to come along and they're going to do it better. And, you know, I think that's a good thing for StarCraft right now. We've got rid of all, like, the Deadwood players that were kind of hanging on. Like, remember me, I'm still here. You know, everything, we're all heading in the right direction, I think. And it might be hard to grasp that now, but I think long term it gets StarCraft 2 to actually a better place.
Cody, what do you think of that? What do you think of that?
My opinion on StarCraft for the longest time is that it really thrives in third-party, individual one-off tournaments like DreamHack or IEM's recently done a fantastic job. I don't think the WCS product is very sexy, unless Safano's involved, and then somehow it gets way sexier, which we saw yesterday. But
your mic's kind of loaded.
So I don't know. Is StarCraft and StarCraft alone a sustainable business? Like, is the WCS contract for GOM TV, is that going to keep them afloat? I don't think you want all of your eggs in that basket.
Is the WCS contract that lucrative?
No, that's what I'm saying. I don't think like it wasn't enough for NESL, was it?
Yeah, that's what I was getting at. You know. Because you know they were making money on World of Tanks. You know they were making money on World of Tanks. So between World of Tanks and the WCS contract, it wasn't enough to keep them up. So I mean, I don't know shit, but I mean, I'm guessing that the WCS contract isn't that lucrative. I mean, MLG dropped it too. You know.
I think let's not forget as well that it may not have been lucrative for NASL, but there were ways to make the WCS contract work better for them. I mean, there was key decisions behind the scenes that I don't think were particularly conducive to the longevity of the business, shall we say. And they also had other contracts. It wasn't just, you know, I think S2 Games put a significant, investment in them, and then, with a view to. But I think, you know, so they had other big contracts there potentially, but I think they didn't maximize their opportunities in ASL, and that's just simply bad business. It's not a reflection of the game.
Well,
they represented several. They just ran a bad business. It just wasn't a tight ship.
I think it's also, I think one thing that's understated with that statement is that it's pretty competitive too. I mean, look who took the World of Tanks contract from NASL. It was ESL, right?
And from what I'm told, their pitch fucking blew them out the water.
That's what I mean. So it's not just bad business. It's very competitive out there. And, you know, Turtle's pretty big, right? I mean...
Right. And this is what I'm talking about. Evolution. Survival of the fittest.
Evolution. Turtles.
pure.
Trolls are gonna be ruling the world.
Yeah, it's honestly we needed it. I think StarCraft needed it for a long time, but we kidded ourselves that it was sustainable in its current state. Everyone remembers 2010, like the crazy money that very average players were getting, the crazy money very average casters were getting. Yeah. Everyone was getting crazy money. Everyone was pumping out StarCraft content. There was a major tournament, like every fucking weekend. No one knew what the fuck was going on. It was just insane. It was insane. And that was before, we had Kesper to sort of factor into all of that. It was just insane, the amount of things that were going on in StarCraft. Like, seriously. So to go from that oversaturation, that much money, and no one was even thinking about building anything. I don't remember in 2010 one person saying, what would happen if, like, 3-4 years from now, StarCraft 2 was in decline? No one even entertained that notion. Everyone thought it literally was going to be the golden ticket. You had these expansion packs being released by Blizzard. People were just convinced it was going to be this self-sustaining. No one even conceived of a WCS. People didn't even think that was going to be necessary. So everybody was just so jacked up on the idea of StarCraft 2 being the golden ticket for so long that I think when the wheels first started to come off, everyone started panicking without realizing, holy shit, we've been too big and top heavy for too long. And that's what people should have been thinking. Now we're getting to a stage where it's sustainable. The numbers are consistent. There's actually a chance now for like a little bit of growth again, I would say. But we got to kill off all this fucking deadwood first, man. Like that's
I wouldn't say it was top heavy as much as it was saturated. You're right. You're definitely right about the saturation issue, and that's why that's when the wheels started coming off, right? I mean,
yeah.
Cody, your thoughts?
The liar alarm just went off, so now I actually have to be really on point about what I say. I think 2014 has been a better year for StarCraft than 2013 was. And I think that those people, I think when it is done, it was done better than it was last year. But I still think that the shining stars for me are Intel Extreme Masters, even though it's produced by the same folks behind ESL who are doing WCS and DreamHack. I think that's really where it shines. And MLG Anaheim, I guess we'll have to see, but they typically put on a good show.
Okay, but kind of circling back, we're talking about GOM here. So, Steven, GOM going away, is that good for StarCraft? I mean, GOM's always been one of the main organizations for Korean StarCraft.
I feel like Richard Lewis reminds me, I wish I knew, like, there's either like a story or a cartoon or something of like a guy with like a bonsai tree, like trying to make it perfect or whatever, and he ends up cutting away like the entire thing until there's just the stump left.
This is very poetic.
I feel like, I don't know, when you talk about dropping dead weight, I mean, I don't know, like GOM is pretty, I don't know.
GOM was not dead weight, or is dead weight?
Well, no, I'm saying like I guess the question is like, when does it stop? Like, we lost NASL. I mean, MLG is kind of sort of pretty much the only thing like really consistent in North America. I mean, Europe is still doing fine. I mean, how's Korea going to be after GOM? Like, what's a post-GOM Korea look like for StarCraft 2?
I mean, I think I don't know enough about Korea to even begin to answer that. But all I can say is kind of, if you think about it in terms of each region, was it the end of the world for StarCraft when MLG took a back step from it? No. And eventually we're now getting into a place where it's going to be replaced. People said when DreamHack didn't get the production for WCS, oh my God, what are ESL going to do? They got no experience, panic stations. Look what ESL have done now. Like, everyone's like, thank you for saving StarCraft, ESL. I just think like we adapt and we overcome. And that's about the businesses. Like, good businesses have plans to last. They understand the importance of longevity, and I think a lot of these businesses have kind of bought into their invincibility, even when they're doing ridiculous things like propping up their business with World of Tanks contracts from another fucking games developer like NASL did. They still think it'll be fine, we're gonna live forever, right? Like, what the fuck? It's like, how short-sighted do you guys need to be? And this isn't a problem about the game or the community. It's a problem about the businesses. So in the absence of GOM, what I would say is what's most likely, I mean, and this is jumping way, way ahead. this is like presuming GOM is going to go under, which I'm not saying it is at all, but let's say it does. Okay, if it does, then fuck it, man. Like, I honestly believe someone else would come along. I don't think it would be the end of StarCrafting career at all.
You know,
I think it's
how long though? Like, that's kind of what
we lose a big brand in the GSL.
The problem is that that's not necessarily true anymore. StarCraft 2 is not ingrained in Korean culture. It's not. We're not talking about Brood War. We're talking about StarCraft 2, which is honestly it's dwarfed by at this point it's dwarfed by League of Legends, right? It's not even close. So StarCraft isn't ingrained at all in Korean culture. Not StarCraft 2, I don't believe. Which is why I'm wondering, like, if GOM goes away. I mean, you've got who fucking does Pro League isn't GOM, right?
No, it's OGN.
No, it's OGN.
It is OGN. Is OGN going to try to pick up like WCS stuff? Are they even capable of doing that? I don't know much about OGN.
Well, I'm sure they're
Do you think
capable
they're
of doing it. Yeah.
Really? Are they really? You're sure of that?
I mean, yeah, I'm pretty sure
Because
they're
there's been
capable
a
of doing it.
lot of people who've gotten fucked over by trying to take on WCS. NASL got fucked over and had to drop it completely. MLG pretty much destroyed their relations with the StarCraft 2 community.
I mean, you're asking whether they would want to or not. I mean, they're capable of doing it. They have a studio. They have a nice studio. I mean, they've done plenty of productions with Pro League, so they're completely capable.
Everybody is really mad at you. Apparently, Spot TV does it.
Oh, Spot TV does? Oh, Spot TV does it. Sorry.
TT.
My bad.
Where was the lie alarm when we needed it, guys?
Okay, wait. So is Spot TV capable of taking on WCS?
I mean, Spot TV. So whoever does Pro League, Spot TV, I guess, is definitely capable of it. I mean, they have everything that you need. I mean, they could use Nick and Dan, but they have everything else.
They traded last year. GOM would do a season, and then they would do a season.
Yeah.
If I remember correctly, I'm trying to remember correctly.
Yeah, they were trading for a while, but they stopped that, right? They stopped that this season. There wasn't going to be any of that swapping stuff this season. So, yeah, I mean, I guess we'll see what happens to GOM. I mean, again, these are just kind of rumblings, or Richard actually seems to have some sources here. So that would be pretty crazy, honestly.
I never articulate my rumblings unless there's sources. Absolutely has to be, because it would be the fucking kiss of death, right? As a journalist, like, there would be some fucking greasy neck bearded asshole who would remember the one time you were wrong about something and just bring it up endlessly. Man, don't believe this guy. I'd be talking about a game.
That's all of Reddit.
Like 5 fucking years from now. Hey, Chris, that's thin ice, man. You can't say anyone on Reddit has a neck beard. Or a fedora or anything, even though they're really trilbies, right? Whatever.
Nice.
So, I mean, like, you can't. So there's definitely something happening, but whether we've kind of caught it early enough, like whether this is the start of the quake or the kind of last ripples and we're only just getting to hear about it now, we can't really be sure. But there's definitely something going on over at GOM. And, fuck it. Hopefully it's nothing too serious, but, evolve or die. That's my motto.
Imagine if NA was the center of StarCraft 2.
When does their studio start? I thought it was supposed to start running at the very tail end of April. I thought that's what I read in the press release. I know I've seen
what, the ESL one?
Yeah. And
they've been working. I know some people are working at it, and they're pretty close. I know this week they're super busy this week, so I think they're getting prepared for something in particular, right? Just I guess broadcasting this current season there. So yeah, it should be really any moment now. I think it should be ready. I can't wait to see the first broadcast from there. Actually, Nathania says the premiere starts soon. Trademark. That's not very specific, but I know some of the producers. Yeah, they've been.
Roddy's been working on his tan, so I'm excited to see what they.
Roddy is tan, dude.
Table. Yeah.
It's kind of crazy, but he's been doing some solo casts with the Challenger League. He's been doing a good job with that. Good stuff. But okay, let's move on to. Do you guys want to say anything about the NASL auction? Any comments there?
Yeah, let's do it. Come on. Because I don't know how many people saw that, but you've got to.
I wanted to buy that truck. There was like a truck. For
Dude,
like
there was a truck for $1,000, man, full of
with
stuff.
like production gear in it.
And
Yeah.
stuff inside it. Dude.
Can you bring it up on stream so people can see?
Let me find this.
Wait, are we not? Oh yeah.
Let me find this. Russ, where was that? Somebody link me it, because I.
Let's kickstart this bitch. Let's do it.
Kickstart what? It's already
Bring
over.
Yeah, sadly it's already over, but you don't know what they've sold and what they haven't, right? So they may well.
No, it should say what's sold online.
Let me have a look.
Oops, excuse me.
There it is. There's the link.
Here it is. Here it is.
Oh, so if I click on lot detail.
Oh, look at that truck.
It just
Dude,
says.
the truck right there.
So anyway, just in case you wonder what the fuck we're all having a nerdgasm over,
Yes.
NASL basically sold all their shit. Like they auctioned it all off in
Well,
a
they filed for bank. You know,
Yeah.
they filed for consign. I forget what the official
yeah
category of bankruptcy it is.
It's not bankruptcy, is it?
It's consign. No, it's
yeah.
God, I forgot what the term is. But anyways, they've basically given over the duties of selling all the assets to a third party company, and this auction is basically the product of that. And they're gonna be selling all this assets. They're gonna need to pay everybody they need to pay, and actually, there's only like 2 pages of pictures here. Is that all they have left? Is this everything?
What?
They have
This
left?
might be all they had left because this isn't the
Yeah,
same
there was
thing
a
they were
lot
originally
more.
auctioning.
There was a ton more before. So, look
Was-
at that soundboard. That soundboard's pretty sweet.
Was the sound equipment highly sought after?
Is the sound guy being auctioned too?
Yeah, I know. I think
was
I just
pretty
got
fun.
vision of this one guy like just not being bought by anybody. I'd take the NASL sound guy. I'd give him a couch to sleep on.
Well, the
That
dog.
guy, that guy must have got fucked the most in the whole thing. In fact, when I do write this article, it's just going to be about him. The life and times of a shit sound guy.
Dude, look at that backdrop. That backdrop's pretty sweet. The booth's still for sale, guys. Anybody want the booth?
Oh, I thought the boot. Oh, there it is.
Wow.
Nice. The truck is, dude. Look at this truck.
You know that there's like some
Dude,
fucking low rent startup porn studio that's like just fucking bought all of this stuff. I'm telling you. They're
Dude,
gonna.
It's too expensive for a low budget porn studio, probably.
Well, you'd be surprised
I don't
these
know.
days, Chris. You'd be surprised.
What
Did I
kind
ever
of,
tell
It's
you?
being refactored into a porn studio.
I
Is that
ever
what you're
tell
saying
you
about
that-
NASL?
I had the idea of doing an esports thing, like not starring in it, but maybe putting a script out there, an esports themed adult movie called Clan Bang, and it just had so much potential. And I'm just hoping that by mentioning it now next to an
man.
auction for video and sound equipment, that someone's gonna buy it and make it happen. So please, guys, I'm never gonna do it now. But run like the wind with the idea. You guys go nuts. Yeah, so NASL have,
This is well. Anyways, this is the I guess the last of NASL we're gonna see, unless there's some paraphernalia still going around. I think Russell told me he actually purchased a lot of the merch, or not the merch, but the memorabilia and all that stuff. So he'll probably be, I think, offering it up in different various places, whether it's the TL store or other places like that, instead of just giving it to some dude. One guy buys like the whole lot of I don't know, signed T-shirts and all that stuff for like $20, whatever. So, anyways, keep a lookout for that. But other than that, that's
how does it make you feel to know that NASL have sold more shit in the last week than you've sold T-shirts? By the way, that must be like really galling. They don't even exist anymore.
Yeah, I'm so offended by that. So
It's fucking.
Probably why you're having all these medical issues. The
I know,
stress
man.
is just getting to
Oh
you.
God, sweating those T-shirts, man. They're putting me I'm going bankrupt from those T-shirts, dude.
That's the new marketing scheme, I think.
Too much inventory. You guys just don't see like all the T-shirts I've stacked up in this room, man. That's the deal. That's actually the deal. But yeah, so it's NASL. It was a fun ride, and hopefully a lot of people that are owed money get paid from a lot of the money made from the auction too. What I didn't realize was that investors get paid last. Is that correct in bankrupt scenarios? Did you guys know that?
And it varies from bankruptcy proceeding to bankruptcy proceeding.
Yeah.
I'm sure they
I was going to say,
Steve.
Steven should know about this.
What?
I feel.
I
feel
mean, I imagine
like
it would vary from one to one. No, I don't know.
I mean, it might vary from case to case, but I think on a lot of cases that they get paid last. I always thought they got paid first for some reason. But apparently employees and other outstanding things, like I think maybe even prize money gets paid first too. There's a lot of players that are owed prize money from NASL too. At least a little bit. I don't think it's like
That can't be right, dude. Because like one of the guaranteed ways to get out of paying anyone prize money is just file for fucking bankruptcy. Like, I mean,
Yeah, I mean that's what I've
people are
always
still
thought
owed.
too.
Yeah, people are still owed CPL shit.
That's true. That's true.
So I can't imagine that it's like
It could be case
high
by
on the
case.
priority list.
It could
But yeah,
totally
I
be
mean, maybe
case
it is
by
case
case.
by case.
Yeah.
I think though that the key thing is that these assets, when they were sold for whatever they were sold for, probably it's a fucking drop in the ocean. I imagine. So
Yeah, probably. I mean,
Like most of the things in that auction were just like bundle of wires, bundle of blue
no,
wires,
there were some nice cameras that were like.
bundle of red wires,
There were some $3,000 or $4,000 cameras being
black
sold.
sofa, some stains. That's actually on.
No.
Yeah,
Where?
seriously.
Where?
That's awesome.
Where?
You'll find it. You'll find it. Just keep searching.
So what
Fucking
you're saying
lying
is that
piece of
porn
shit.
studio dream is actually a lot closer to
I was
reality.
gonna say
It was
there is
already
an
happening.
encasting couch going on.
It was already happening. Is that what you're saying?
Do you know what, Steve? My respect for you's never been so high that you immediately got the black couch reference. Like, I just simpatico.
Simpatico. Wow. Okay.
That's not the name of the movie. though.
Yeah. Producer of the movie. But, okay, well, why don't we take a quick break? And we will.
All I'm trying to think of right now is like how many fucking hits would the first StarCraft 2 guy to leak a fucking like casting couch video with some StarCraft pro. Oh my god, from the NASL. Can you even imagine? Holy fuck.
From one of
might
the
be what-
studios.
StarCraft either needs a sex tape or like a great tragedy to bring us together, like a plane crash.
All right.
Oh my god.
We're going on break. Oh my god.
Maybe a sex tape